In the heart of a sprawling warehouse in Chicago, where towering shelves reached for the heavens, Marcus Lane moved like a seasoned dance partner with the demands of his job. For 7 years, he'd worked here, a humble yet hardworking soul. To his colleagues, Marcus was the dependable one, the man who offered his break time to help others or stayed late to cover a shift. But to the corporate executives, he was just another cog in the machine. That Tuesday began like any other. Marcus was halfway through unloading a shipment when he heard a cry echo through the warehouse. His instincts kicked in before his mind could process it. Dropping his clipboard, he sprinted toward the sound. Near the customer pickup area, an elderly man lay on the ground, grimacing in pain, clutching his leg. A fallen box, labeled "fragile," lay shattered beside him. The man's daughter stood nearby, visibly shaken, unable to act. Marcus didn't hesitate. "Sir, stay still," he said, his voice calm but firm. He grabbed a nearby first aid kit, secured the man's injured leg with a makeshift splint, and carefully guided him into a sitting position. He even fetched water and reassured the daughter that an ambulance was on the way. By the time paramedics arrived, the elderly man was stable and grateful, repeatedly thanking Marcus for his quick thinking. But his kindness hadn't gone unnoticed by the wrong set of eyes. Later that afternoon, Marcus was summoned to the manager's office. "Marcus," the manager began, avoiding eye contact, "corporate policy strictly prohibits employees from leaving their assigned tasks. You know that." "I couldn't just stand there," Marcus defended. The man was hurt. The manager sighed. "It's not about what you did, it's about liability. Corporate doesn't want lawsuits." By evening, Marcus was jobless. That night, Marcus sat on the worn couch in his one-bedroom apartment, staring at the eviction notice pinned to the fridge. He had no savings, no safety net, just a gnawing sense of injustice and a deepening fear for the future. But as despair threatened to consume him, his phone buzzed. It was a video, posted by the injured man's daughter, recounting how a heroic warehouse worker had saved her father's life. The post was going viral. 24 hours later, the hum of corporate jets punctuated the quiet of the small airport near Marcus's warehouse. 3 executives in tailored suits stepped off, their faces tight with unease. The viral video had drawn the ire of the public, with hashtags like trending nationwide. They found Marcus at a nearby diner, nursing a cup of coffee he couldn't afford. The lead executive extended a hand. "Mr. Lane, we owe you an apology." Marcus eyed them skeptically. "What do you want from me?" "We want to make things right," the executive said, sliding an envelope across the table. Inside was not only a generous severance check but also an offer to rehire him. This time as the warehouse safety coordinator, a newly created role designed to ensure that no act of humanity would ever be punished again. Weeks later, Marcus stood on a podium in front of his co-workers, addressing the crowd at the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the company's new Employee First initiative. He shared his story, not out of bitterness but as a reminder. Kindness doesn't always come easy. Sometimes, it costs you everything. But when you lead with compassion, you inspire others to do the same, and that can change the world. The crowd erupted in applause, and for the first time in weeks, Marcus felt hope swell in his chest. Because in a world where kindness is too often undervalued, his story proved it was worth everything.